All indications would be that we do have a ghost living here, a nice ghost it seems, but I have been taught that you just leave ghosts alone, and so I am staying clear of Fred.
Fred, aka the friendly ghost of the Waxahachie Sun office.
This is the old city jail, built 1888, because the jail that was here before, it was too small, not enough space for the customers that they had at the time, and there were breakouts and those type of things.
The backside of this building is home to the Waxahachie Sun staff.
So we were having a staff meeting on a Wednesday morning, and I was sitting right across over there, and you probably can't tell, but there's a reflection off the window outside. It's about right here. Actually, it's right there. And I saw the shadow of what seemed to be some man. It was kind of wasn't too clear, but once you look out there, you could tell that it's definitely too strange of an angle for anybody to be outside the window, and there was no one in there during that, so.
One night I was standing by the lights and I was about to leave and I was dawdling. And this voice came into my head saying, you know, it's late, you need to go on and get on out of here. And I continued to dawdle because I was checking text messages and stuff. And then on the window behind me, I heard very distinctly what sounded like fingernails on the window going tap, 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 tap. And then I was like, okay, time to go, because I looked around. Of course, there was nothing there. So I said, okay, Fred, I'm out of here. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Could these tales of paranormal activity be grounded in fact?
There are hangings before this and there's hangings after this, but I did find 4 that are sort of interconnected. The first one is a 1899, a 1904, a 1905, and a 1906 hanging. The first one that these other 3 refer back to. A fellow named Fred Sawyer was accused of molesting a white woman over in Ennis. They bring him here for trial. Black man accused of anything, didn't stand any kind of chance, so they sentenced him to hang.
Fred Sawyer. Could that be our ghost?
Well, I had been in the basement before. I'd been in the basement of the old jail before, but I didn't have a camera or didn't have a good camera at that time. And so last week I came in to see if I could just get some pictures of the stone cell and the iron rings. Well, while I'm trying to focus my camera, there's this light that comes by and came by. I wasn't getting anything in my still pictures. I was getting the stone walls and the rings. But I kept seeing this something, so I backed up on the other side of the cell and started recording, and all of a sudden here's a bunch of stuff back and forth.
One Sun employee experienced this encounter firsthand.
He was explaining the different parts of the basement and how the jail was set up and stuff. And there's one cell that's the solitary confinement, I guess what they called it. And I was in there videoing, and I was just videoing for my daughter. And he said, I'm getting something, something's like here in this area. And I'm like, oh, really? So he turned it on and stepped back to my left. And when he did, all these little light flashes or whatever were going by, and there was nothing in the room. Nothing, no flashlights, no, I don't know. It was hard, it's hard to explain. It wasn't there, but it was on the camera and on the video. So was it Fred? I don't know, maybe so.
The people at the Sun had talked about a spirit being there, and they had nicknamed him Fred, and it took me a while to realize that I talk about Fred. I talk about Fred Sawyer. Before he was hanged, he would have been held in that cell where I was getting those lights back and forth.
This has been Sydney English reporting for the Waxahachie Sun.